Good morning, everyone. My name is Andrew Yu, and I am the Asia Pacific Business Investment Manager for Fairfax County Economic Development Authority. It is my distinct pleasure to welcome you this morning to the Korea-U.S. Cybersecurity Virtual Forum. The FCEDA is working with our partners in the Northern Virginia Economic Development Alliance to bring this forum to you this morning. And we have Cindy Ye, Senior Business Ambassador from Arlington County. Cindy, if you could wave real quick. Bob McCullough, International Business Development Manager from Loudoun County. And Jeff Green, Business Development Manager from Prince William County, will facilitate and moderate this morning's program. I will now turn it over to Cindy Ye for opening remarks.
Sure, thank you, Andrew. Welcome and thank you for joining us today. Good morning and also good evening to the attendees in Korea. Thank you for staying up. We're very happy to be promoting the Northern Virginia region. I'm with Arlington Economic Development, and Arlington is across the river from the Washington, D.C., and also a part of the Northern Virginia region. We're here to promote Northern Virginia region and its vast resources, assets, and most importantly, the fantastic companies. And some of them are on the call today and looking forward to working with the companies in Korea. So we look forward to the presentations. And just to let you all know that there will be, the format will be, we'll go through the different presentations, and there will be a chat room function. You can submit your questions through the chat, and then there will be a translator. So you can submit it through English or Korean. And then after the session is over, we will keep the chat room open for an additional 15 minutes so we can network. So now it's my pleasure to introduce Alex Iams, Executive Vice President of the Fairfax County Economic Development Authority.
Thank you, Cindy, and good morning, everyone. It's a pleasure to be with you here this morning and for many of you in the evening. We are one connected region here in Northern Virginia, as evidenced by the multiple counties represented. Cindy and I actually worked together in Arlington for about 13 years, so we know each other very well, and those types of relationships exist across all of our counties and jurisdictions. Our region is very much an international market. We are the home of Dulles International Airport, which is our gateway to the world. We have more than 430 international companies in Fairfax County alone, including 60 Korean companies. And due to our close access to the nation's capital, we are also accessible to the global embassies and diplomatic communities that exist in our area. And of course, our market is a very good place to do business because of the access to the federal government, the federal agencies, and federal contractors. So we welcome you, and we're very excited about pursuing these opportunities and helping you locate in our region. We're very proud of what we have to offer. Happy to answer any questions that you may have about our jurisdictions and what we have here, our workforce, again, the transportation access, the business relationships, it's all here. So with that, I want to turn it over to Bob, and he will be handling our next segment. Bob?
Thank you, Alex. Hello, everyone. Many of you probably know Northern Virginia as home of Data Center Alley. We have more data centers here than anywhere in the world. And we have traffic that travels over 1,000 times faster than the national average, according to the Google CTO. So it seems only natural that we would host a cybersecurity webinar today. I'd like to introduce one of our cybersecurity success stories. Greg Roney is the CEO of SolarOne, one of our very successful cybersecurity companies. He's founded the company almost 20 years ago. They have over 55 employees, and he will talk about why this region is absolutely perfect for cybersecurity companies. Greg, off to you.
Thank you, Bob. I appreciate it. With this short amount of time I have, I would love to just wax on about how much I love living in the Northern Virginia area. I'm originally from Southern California, made many efforts to go back and work there. But the workforce here in Northern Virginia is unparalleled when it comes to cybersecurity. As a matter of fact, we're starting to see a number of companies relocate from Silicon Valley, particularly in cybersecurity, into the Northern Virginia area. As you probably have seen on the slide, that we have 22 of the top 25 cybersecurity firms in the area. I'm not quite yet in the top 25, but getting close. As was shared by Alex, I mean, we have easy access to decision makers here in the area. I began my career in Washington, D.C., actually helping create cybersecurity policy before we really even knew what it should be back in 2002 as part of the FISMA Act. And that FISMA Act has kind of allowed the government to really have a leading edge on cybersecurity. It's one of the few places where, particularly in the Washington, D.C. area, where businesses and organizations turn to gain an understanding as to how they can be secure with cyber hygiene. The National Institute of Standards and Technology is kind of the bellwether on cybersecurity. As was shared, we have probably the largest number of data centers, and they are literally going up every minute. I drive around my office. They're beautifully appropriated, and I believe 75% of the world's internet passes through at least the Ashburn-Loudoun County area. One of the things that is also very appealing to this area is we have a very highly concentrated, unparalleled talent pool that's built around federal clients, suppliers, agencies, and customers. Attracting cybersecurity experts, there's really no other place to do that than the Washington, D.C. Metro area. And so it's all that, and plus the wonderful beauty that we have with the infrastructure support that has been a priority among the region experts. And anyway, it's a great place to live and work.
Thank you, Greg. Okay, Jeff, I'll pass it off to you.
I think we are going to go next to David to do a brief introduction. David Ham. David, you're on mute.
All right. Yep. I just unmuted. Yep. Hi, everyone. Good morning there and Korean. Nice to meet you all. I hope you're all doing well amid this unprecedented pandemic period. This is David Hong from Korea Information Security Industry Association, aka KISIA. We represent the cybersecurity and the physical security industry in Korea, and we support their business growth by providing marketing assistance, conducting industry research, and maintaining a close relationship with the government to improve cybersecurity policy. I'd like to express deepest gratitude to Fairfax County and the other counties from Northern Virginia Economic Development Alliance. The US is the epicenter of IT business and digital transformation, and like Greg Roney said, it's a bellwether of the cybersecurity field. Ever since COVID-19 started taking a huge toll on our community, lots of stuff is being done online, and an increasing number of amount of valuable assets and data is flowing through the network. This means cyber threats and cyber risk are on the rise, and we need cyber hygiene, like we need to keep up good hygiene to steer clear of coronavirus. We have to stay vigilant all the time, both in real world and cyber world. Today we have 8 Korean cybersecurity companies coming from South Korea, and that will help you enhance your vigilance and keep your cyber assets safer. They have their own unique top-flight sophisticated technology and products, from network security, web application security, to data security. Their domestically and globally acclaimed security solutions will kick your business up a notch. I appreciate it if you pay attention to their presentation today and try to explore business partnerships for your business success. Thank you very much for your participation. Let me turn it over to Andrew, or next one.
I think I got it from here. Thank you, David. We're going to get started with the presentations. I, again, want to thank everyone for making it up this morning or in the evening in Korea. Just as a reminder, if everyone can mute themselves if you're not speaking, just to make it a little easier for people to hear the presentations. And I think we're going to get started with, well, before we get started, also a reminder, if you have questions, please put them into the chat function. We'll be monitoring that, and we'll also have a translator translating from English to Korean and vice versa. So just a reminder. So I think we're going to get started with quad miners. So if you want to unmute yourself and get started with the presentation, that'd be great.
How are you guys? Good morning. My name is Jay Kim from Quad Miners, and we do network security. The screen that you're looking at is our artificial intelligence dashboard. This makes you guys or clients see on one screen to see what's going on in your network. If there's any malicious attacks, abnormal behavior, or user behavior analytics on one screen. Please go to the next slide. Our solution is called Network Blackbox. This market is fairly new, network detection and response, NDR it's called. Gartner has not provided a magic quadrant yet for this market, but it will be probably next year or the following year. Gartner has recognized us as one of the network detection and response solutions, and we're the only Korean company that's in that list. So basically what we do is Network Blackbox stores and analyzes 100% of full packet, and we analyze, we detect, and we resolve almost all cybersecurity threats. If before, when you had NIDS, you can only see parts of the threats or what's going on in your network, but because we're full packet, we have evidence, we have raw data. If something gets detected, we actually show you what exactly was breached, what actually was taken out from your company, or what actually was attacked, right? We use about 25,000 rules, global cyber threat rules, correlation analysis, and we use user behavior analytics with our deep dive machine learning, and we have our strong network forensics feature. We have our own in-house AI, artificial intelligence algorithm that we made ourselves. And right now we just got our cloud black box. Everything you see on premise now you can do in the cloud as well. Next slide, please. So basically what we're trying to do is give clients, give CIOs, C-level security managers visibility of what's going on in your network, okay? With what? With our machine learning, with our in-house artificial intelligence. And because we have full packet, we have the original data, so we have specific evidence to show you exactly what was taken or what was hacked and what was breached. So we try to make corporate network safer with precise evidential evidence. Because we have only 3 minutes, this is all the slide that we had presented. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact me anytime. Our company has been established 2017, November, and we have not been 3 years yet, but We have been rising in Korea. We established a U.S. corporation in New Jersey this past March, but we have not been doing any business out there because of the pandemic issues. Last year, we did about 1.2 million in revenue, but this year already we hit 5 million in revenue. Thank you very much, guys.
Great. Thank you, Jay. Appreciate it. So we're going to go on to our next presenters, I believe, which are Nova Chips. And I believe, I don't know if Mr. Yu is on, but if you want to unmute yourself and get started. And a reminder, if you have questions for quad miners, to put it in the chat function.
Hi, everybody. This is SJ, and I'm in charge of global sales in Nova Chips. And Nova Chips is pioneer of storage device. You know, the final destination of data is always data storage. And based on our 20 years of experience of hardware silicon and firmware, we are developing our controller chips. And based on this specialized controller chip, we are building our special encrypted SSD module. So every data into this SSD is encrypted by PIPS certified AES 256. So we don't have to worry about we don't need to do encryption in CPU. And furthermore, in addition to our SATA interface SSD Scala series, capacity from up to 24 terabyte in single disk, we also have Express. In the market, PCIe SSD is very fast, but there is no very good, reliable security solution. If we do encryption by CPU, this will take a lot of resources, but don't worry about that resources. Our controller has hardware AES encryption engine inside, so all data encrypted through our controller, and we can maintain good performance and reliability. And please, next page. And comparing with other standard SSD like Samsung or Intel, we are very differentiated for capacity, temperature, vibration, and reliability, and PIPS 140-2. And we are also preparing commercial solution for classified as hardware full disk encryption. So in addition to all those items, I'd like to introduce very interesting one customization example at next page. So, you know, is there any people who have get impacted by ransomware? You know, ransomware is really headache and really highly sophisticated. It impacted not just application, it impacted into OS system and file system, master boot record, and encrypted everything. So if you get impacted, you have nothing to do, just regretting the backing up disk. But like magic, if you just shut down PC and turn on, all data will be recovered by another backup disk in same physical disk. So by separating with OS and data disk, just by boot up again every day, the system will be cleaned without any vaccine or without any backup. So we also have very interesting other encryption features to protect data disk and timer, write protect, or anti-forensic. So if you are interested, contact me. 3 minutes is too short to talk more. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Our next presenter are from Monitor app. I think we're getting those slides up. So if you're from Monitor app, unmute yourself and you can do them when you're ready.
Hi, I'm Simon from Moontrap. Our session, our marketing manager in US Corporation, Mrs. Erica, will present.
Hello. Hello, everybody. If you could zoom into the brochure a little bit for readability, I would appreciate that. Okay, so My name is Erica. I'm a marketing manager for Monitor App. I would like to introduce you to one of our services, which is IronCloud. So IronCloud operates on Secure Access Service Edge, also called SASE, and it's based on Monitor App's own SASE technology without any third-party tech or product. With our SASE platform, we're able to provide services to users no matter where they are or what devices they use. IronCloud has various services, including web application firewall, web malware detection, and secure web gateway. Our web application firewall service is not like the legacy firewalls. It adapts to the new web landscape and can protect servers from zero-day attacks through our machine learning technology. Protecting your website is no longer an option, but a necessity. Our WAF can help you manage your business operation in a cost-efficient way without having extensive background knowledge of cybersecurity. We also offer a secure web gateway service through our SASE platform. With COVID-19 on the rise, working from home has become the new norm. Before the pandemic, employees were protected under the company's network. After the crisis, people are using their own devices and their own network to do work. So this has left many companies vulnerable to data leaks and malware infection. But with IronCloud, the users can be protected regardless of where they work and what they work with. So Monitor App has partnerships around the world, along with international branches. We have corporations in Tokyo, Japan, Ontario, California, and we have various distribution partners in Japan, Southeast Asia, India, and Middle East. Through this network, Monitor App has provided its product and services globally for more than 10 years. We also have 40 data centers in 15 regions, minimizing the latencies. Yeah, our brochure is not really fit for this ratio, so it might be a little hard to read, but you could always email me at erica.carey@monitorapp.com if you want to get more information on this. If you want to have a separate meeting, I would be gladly make time for that as well. So thank you. That's all I have for today.
Thank you, Erica. I think we have one more presenter for our first segment here. Mark Enney will be our next presenter. And if you're on mute, if you unmute yourself, and when you're ready, go ahead. Do we have the presenter? I see the slides. Is Mr. Choi on? Okay. Well, maybe we'll come back to them if they join us. I don't think we've had any questions yet. Does anyone have any questions? If you want to open your line, you can ask the question, or I can ask a few questions for any of the first three companies that we've seen presented. Okay, so let's start. Mr. Yu, how would you describe how your product compares to other products in the market, like products from, say, Intel or Samsung or Micron?
Yeah, the Intel, Samsung, or Micron, they are shipping out million units of SSD. Is a very standardized item, but the security, if we need customized from our firmware and hardware, then we can achieve very reliable and very interesting security feature, like our third page, the Memento SSD. This is make forensic free. If we use this SSD, the forensic, we can nullify forensic, because SSD will be every time turn off, backing up to previous state. And we also have very interesting other features like timer, or recovery mode, or write protect, or secure erase, all those security features is very customized, and we can fulfill and edit this feature to our SSD as customer requirement. That is a key, correct, key benefit to our customers comparing with other the major vendors.
Great, thank you. Erica, I was wondering if you would be able to share with us your current growth rate, particularly maybe in the U.S. as well as the number of accounts you currently have.
So currently we have about 5,000 accounts, over 5,000 accounts globally, with cloud accounts ranging about 700. Currently we do have some accounts in the US when it comes to cloud, and we have one partnership getting set up in Sweden, I believe. But we are hoping to find a partner to penetrate US market. And with our partnership, our edge is the price really, and the features that come along with it. So it's very cost efficient with features that could really be competitive in this industry. Yeah.
Great, thank you. Does anyone else have any questions? We have all these great companies who've had a chance to present. It'd be a shame to miss the opportunity to ask some questions. I do see everyone is, a lot of people are putting their email and contact information in the chat box, so feel free to do that if you have a chance. I think maybe what we'll do moving now is if there are no other questions, we can start maybe with our second set of presentations. I think EYL is our next presenter up for next. So if we can put their slides up on the, there we go. And then if you want to unmute yourself if you haven't already, and let's get started. Thank you.
Yes. Hi, this is Chunghyun Baek, and I'm a co-founder of EYL. Andrew and David, thank you for having me. And since we have just 3 minutes, and I'll briefly introduce our company, and if you are interested in our business in the future, please contact me directly. And EYL is still a small Korean startup that has the original technology for micro-quantum random number generator and applications. And encryption keys, which play the most important role in crypto system, as you know, are created with random numbers. So creating and managing unpredictable random numbers is the key to crypto system. However, the pseudo-random number that is created by the program that we mainly use is predictable, so it is not strictly random. Attackers can crack the crypto system by predicting random numbers in advance, and even when quantum computers become commercially available, the current crypto system become useless. So making key generation even more important. So this issue is becoming an industry-wide issue rather than just technical issue. So EYL use quantum physics to extract the randomness from the radioactive isotope, actually. So we have the original and unique technology to generate random numbers by detecting the time of particles coming out of a very small amount of radioactive isotope. And we commercialize this as a microchip. So this chip can be used efficiently and compact enough to fit into any IoT devices. So we are using this core technology to create various QRNGs, and we have about 30 years experience. And we do not stop just making random numbers, but are developing micro encryption chips that provide strong security using our core technology, and we plan to commercialize it in the first half of next year. So in addition, we are developing various applications using high quality random numbers. And for example, we are developing CrypTalk, which is a voice encryption device that can be used by connecting a smartphone, and a prototype will be released this December. The cryptalk is decided to be applied to the quantum cryptographic network of KT, which is the largest telco company in Korea. So next slide, please. Okay. Founded in 2015, EYL has won the first prize on Math Challenge Boston. And as you can see in the slide, our technology has been proven both technically and commercially. So last year, we won the U.S. Air Force project, and our technology has been approved as a standard by ITU. We have 51 patents and trademark, and recently our technology has been recognized academically by publishing papers in major journals like IEEE. So we have a business model that are chip and hardware sales, authentication software sales, and various other applications. And you may say that this is unfocused, but all business models are deeply related to our original QRNG technology. And as this business develop, and the area of technology is expanding. So, and we have about 30 sales records, including KT and LG, and we have received the government grants of about $6 million until last year, and additional government grants of about $4 million this year. So we are looking forward to rapid growth in a short period of time based on our unique technology, and we can cooperate with you in variety of fields, including sales, R&D, and U.S. government SBIR business. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you very much. Our next presenter is F1 Security. If you could unmute yourself and get started when you are ready.
Okay, hello, nice to meet you. Thank you for attending this webinar early in the morning. My background photo is when F1 Security entered the Korea Pavilion at this year's RSA conference in San Francisco. Can you see? Yeah, I look forward to seeing you in the United States as soon as possible. The corona has clamped down, actually. Yeah. By the way, I'm Seung-Chul, working at F1 Security. F1 Security is a web security solution provider. F1 Security solves various web security issues with software, unlike a hardware installation or proxy method that bypasses all web traffic to the cloud. Moreover, customers can use a central management system that we have built and deployed in the cloud. So there is no initial cost, such as buying a server for management system. F1 Security has integrated web application firewall, anti-web shell, web malicious code such as ransomware distribution detection, and web page forgery detection in one server platform. And we named it UWSS, like botnets UTM. UWSS stands for Unified Web Security Service. May you know or not that about 50% of web cyber all cyber hacking incidents are caused by website being attacked. Also, 97% of cyber attacks are targeted at SMEs, not large enterprise. So we can know that the most important security area for cyber world is web security and SMEs. But there is a challenge for the SMEs security. Most SMEs do not have any plan for security because SMEs feel security is so expensive. That's why F1 Security offers an all-in-one web security service for SMEs on a monthly subscription at a reasonable price. Currently, F1 Security is recruiting partners mainly in Southeast Asia, but if possible, we want to meet a partner who will enter the US market together. F1 security products are mainly used by hosting companies, MSSPs, government agents for public web service, and large enterprise for their suppliers. Next slide, please. Yeah. F1 Security is working on 3 types of partnerships, such as distribution partners, white label partners, and agent. We will support sales and technical training to our partners and build a dedicated UWSS platform for use only in the US market. In addition, we provide partners with a credit for granting trial license to end users. And for maintenance, we will support the service desk technical support team and the malware analysis team for partners and end users in US market. The first product in the field of web security, that is web firewall, was launched on the market in the last 1990. Even so, many companies, especially SMEs, still cannot use even web firewall. Can you believe it? Don't forget, the whole of security is in the weakest link. We believe that security must be popularized in order for the cyber world to become more secure. F1 Security want to work with you to create a more secure web world for our customers. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you. I think our next presenter is DreamSecurity. If you are ready and to unmute yourself, and then anyone who has stopped presenting, if you don't mind muting yourself, I'm getting a little bit of feedback. But if you could do that, we appreciate it. So DreamSecurity, if you're ready, go for it.
Yes. Good morning, everyone. This is Ha-Young-cho at DreamSecurity. Today, I'm going to introduce our company service that can efficiently manage TNA system and HR system. We are a company specialized in the security solution based on PKI, blockchain, IoT security, and fast identity online. For more than 22 years experience in the industry, our company has been providing the best automated solution to our customers. Our major customers are some of the government ministries and large companies such as Samsung Electronics and Hyundai and CJ Logistics. Next slide, please. Now, get back to our main subject. Let me introduce our service called HR Face. HR Face is basically a service based on facial recognition system applied to time and attendance management and physical access control for large enterprise in logistics, manufacturing, and construction industry. Our service is particularly specialized in managing the laborers. There are 3 main features of HR Face service. Firstly, it is economic. No physical facial recognition device are required to be installed. All you need is just the smartphone that every worker is currently using. Secondly, it can cut HR costs and make daily operation more convenient and efficient. We found that customers were able to streamline the clock-in out process by 60%. We have an actual application of this service in our site of CJ Logistics, which is market leader in this field. Lastly, it can eliminate time theft such as body punching. The collected facial biometric data become a one-time scan of your barcode prevent abusing the timekeeping system. Please take a look at the picture on second page to learn how it works. For the technical support for this service, we offer major technical support remotely. Due to cloud-based service, it is available to provide technical support by live chat or remote maintenance. If you need more information, please visit our website for more detail. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you. And I think maybe our final presenter, unless Mark Annie comes back, ComXI, if you are on the line, if you can unmute yourself, and I don't know if this is your slide, but if we get their slides up, then you can present when you're ready.
Okay, it is my slide. Hi everyone, my name is Min, and I am with the US branch of ComXI in Richmond, Virginia, and would like to introduce you to SmartKeeper. SmartKeeper is a suite of innovative physical cybersecurity devices that physically control and manage data port access to prohibit unauthorized port access. When used with existing software-based security system, it provides a multi-layered security solution to protect against data breach from unauthorized users and portable devices such as USB thumb drives and smartphones. So how does SmartKeeper work? Think of SmartKeeper as physical locks for your data ports. SmartKeeper is a collection of data port blockers that physically block open data ports. Not only does it offer solutions to block data ports, it offers solutions to lock down cables such as Ethernet and USB devices to their connected ports to prevent unauthorized removal. Without the proper assigned key, it prohibits the removal of data port locks. So why SmartKeeper? Because it enhances security system that's in place by providing an additional layer of physical security to eliminate the openings for compromise and contamination from unattended data ports. It also provides a visual deterrent to the unauthorized users that the ports are blocked and secured. SmartKeeper takes a proactive approach against security threats at the device level to provide the first line of defense in cybersecurity. So what are the benefits? It's easy installation and maintenance that doesn't require advanced IT skills, and also it's inexpensive to deploy. Since SmartKeeper is a physical solution, it's OS and software independent, so there is no need for updates or software conflicts to worry about. And it's an effective solution where security software cannot be used. Currently available are SmartKeeper Pro and SmartKeeper Essential. The main difference between Pro and Essential is the keying system. Confidential serialized key is used for Pro, and color-coded keys are used with Essential. There are over 70 types of solutions available for both Pro and Essential. When it comes to scalability, SmartKeeper can be added as needed and according to a budget without the expense and complications of network access control. Currently, SmartKeeper is deployed in all sectors of the market, including government, healthcare, energy, technology, and many, many more. SmartKeeper is utilized in over 2,000 major sites globally, and including over 400 sites in US. Thank you for your time, and if you have any questions, please contact me. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So I'm just gonna check one more time. Did anyone from Mark Annie join the call? Going once, going twice. Okay, we'll move on. Well, first off, let me say thank you to everybody for doing that, because I know a 13-hour time difference is tough, and trying to fit in a pitch in 3 minutes is also very difficult. And I think everyone did a phenomenal job of doing that. I want to, it looks like Mark Annie's not able to make it. So I think we want to open the floor again up for questions for the second group of presenters. If you have any questions, you can unmute yourself or you can put them in the chat box and I can read them. I'd say we can actually open it up to anybody on the floor who's if you have a question for any of the companies that have presented today. So let me do that first. Any questions? Don't be
Let me,
shy.
thank you, Jeff. Let me start it off real fast. How many of you people in the cybersecurity companies have heard of Data Center Alley? Is that well known in Korea? Not really? All right, it's fairly well known in the data center world, at least, in a lot of IT. Data Center Alley is in this region simply because we're the #1 spot for data centers, which I would think would be very important for IT companies, especially cybersecurity, because so many of your potential customers are here. So I just wanted to make sure you were all aware of that. I have some of your emails. I'll send you an article or two about Data Center Alley so you can brief yourself.
Cindy, looks like you have a question.
Yeah, I have a question for DreamSecurity. Ms. Cho, yeah, I really enjoyed your presentation. Thank you. You know, the scanning system you were talking about, like people entering a building, I've seen those systems deployed in a lot of the large commercial buildings throughout our area. Can you tell me who the company obviously seems to be, it's a public company, if I remember correctly, looking at your presentation. Who are the main competitors to your company for that device?
Main competitor. Sorry. I will check the detail, and later I will send you the detail by email.
Sure, that's fine. That's fine. I'm just, you know, the presentation, it was something that I'm not a technical person, but that the scanning system is something that, you know, I understand it because I've seen it deployed in a lot of buildings. So I was just curious about in the US, like who are the competitors?
Yes,
that's fine. That's fine.
Actually, because of pandemic, so in Korea, many companies build service like us, but yeah. So I think now there is very many competitors. Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. Thank you.
Any other questions?
Yeah.
Cindy, continue.
I have another one. I was watching the earlier presentation from, let me see, Francis, EYL. I saw that you actually entered a competition with the Air Force project, the AF Works. That's actually a very well-known, prestigious project. How did you, I mean, I guess, I'm not sure, I noticed your company because you said it's Arlington as well. How did you know about this project? And, you know, so you how did you find out about the company?
Yes, we have a collaboration project with University of Florida. The chief of research center is our mentor actually. So, and also we have some project which is actually the Korean government project, and we support the research team in University of Florida, and we have a lot of communication, and two of our engineers are in there now, even though we have some pandemic issue. So yeah, so we have a lot of information from that point, and also we have we incorporated in Arlington, I mean Crystal City, so we have one person in there. So yeah, we have a lot of information.
Okay, that's great.
Thank you.
Very good to hear that.
Cindy's very excited about the Arlington thing.
Yeah, and yeah, it's good.
I actually have a question for ComXI. I mean, it's a hardware solution that you're selling. Are you looking for partners on more of the software side or the software as a service side as a partnership, or are you looking for other hardware partners?
Other hardware partners are fine.
Okay.
We do have a distributor, but we are always looking for more to help us out. Yes, sir.
Okay, great.
I have one comment.
Sure.
Yeah, my name is Shin. I'm from Korea Business Development Center. run by the Jungjinggong and Kotra. Probably you guys know. We are located in Vienna, Fairfax County. We are offering business incubator office space. So you guys, especially is in Korea, so you are all qualified to apply, and we provide nice discounted office space and marketing service, as well as other settlement services in the U.S. So so if you are interested in entering the U.S. market, and if you need the office space and those marketing and other services, and we are offering to that, and we run by the Jungjinggong in Korea. So please let me know if you have any questions. Thank you.
Great, thank you. Any other questions?
So I just wanted to follow up on Peter's comment also to the Korean delegation. There are many of us here from the county level that are interested in helping all you companies become successful here in the United States. And I know some of you have presence in the United States, like ComXI in Richmond, and Quad Miners. You just opened up an office in New Jersey early this year, but haven't been able to do much since the pandemic. We'd love to help you. One question I would say, and this is a general question, anyone can chime in. What is it specific, if you can be as specific as you can, to help us help you? So, from your strategic standpoint, are you looking for us to introduce you to a distributor, or what is your business model that we actually can kind of help you on? Because from a technical standpoint, we're not capable of asking intelligent questions, but I think we can address and help you from a business development standpoint or strategic standpoint, but we don't know how to do that unless you be fairly specific with us. So I'll just leave that kind of a generic question open for anyone to ask or to answer.
Hi, this is Jay from Quad Miners. So our business model in Korea is channels, right? We have distribution, we have resellers. But in any country I think we go to, it's difficult for us as a small company to go directly to a client to show, what our strength or what we're good at. So we would need a partner like distribution or reseller out in America. The reason we established an office in New Jersey is because our client is Samsung, and Samsung has a huge presence in New Jersey. So we put an office right near there to support whatever we need to do technically in a very fast way. But that's the only reason we put it in Jersey. But if we can have a presence in Virginia or Fairfax, wherever it is, it would be great for us, right? And that's why we started in Jersey right now. But we would need, if you guys can connect us to a partner out there, that'd be great. Yeah.
Let me just tell you, Jay, that Samsung also has multiple offices here in Virginia, just so you know. And we'll be more than happy to set you up with office space, most of them.
Yes, that'd be great, because we just started deploying in Samsung in Vietnam. So they like us, right?
Good.
But we haven't been able to. Go ahead.
Good to know.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I mean, I actually will expand the question a little bit. Given the pandemic and sort of the challenges of traveling, I think that you would normally, you probably would have been in New Jersey, and we all would have been doing this in person. Are there other ways beyond just Zoom that you think would be helpful? Is it to set up these Zoom meetings in these large groups, or how else would you think about we can help you sort of in this sort of challenging time?
Well, for our solution, there's a lot of network security solutions out there, similar like ours, but we have strengths. We get to see evidence. So we would have to do a POC, like proof of concept or BMT. And the way we have been winning in Korea against RSA or dark traces, where we were able to show these clients that, hey, when you guys have RSA or dark trace, we're able to show you guys a lot more in depth. When they can do this much, we can do a lot more, and cost effective and performance wise. And, we're able to, customize a lot more things, right? So a POC or testing or, BMT is likely, but through a virtual, conference call like this, it's very difficult to show, clients in their environment.
Yeah.
So that kind of begs the question: how would you do a proof of concept? And this is, I guess, to other companies too. In this environment, how do you do business beyond Zoom? I mean, I think you can do a Zoom call, and then what? I guess is the.
So if I could chime in, so Monitor, what we've been doing is we've been expanding our partnerships and one-on-one selling through webinars a lot. So that's sort of like one of the channels that we use to expand our business. So webinars, and we're trying to improve our partner portals and like user portals in this time, because that really helps us connect directly to our clients and partners. So we're trying to adapt to this new, landscape post-COVID, and we're always open to new ideas as well. The other day, I was talking to our CEO about VRs. They've been really coming up with very innovating ideas when it comes to group meetings. So we're evaluating various channels, trying to adapt to this new paradigm. And Andrew, you were mentioning, you're asking what kind of partners or clients that we're looking for. So for Monitor app, we are looking for ISPs or MSSPs. So, we do application layer security. And in the US, there's such big names like Cloudflare and Perva, Cato Networks. So when it comes to security, we don't really have a large brand recognition in the US market. So it would really help us out through partnerships.
Thank you, Erica. I think we're sort of at the last minute of our scheduled presentation time, so I want to provide an opportunity for any last questions. If not, I'm going to throw it to Cindy to close us out, and then.
Yeah, thank you very much for participating. It's every time I do these type of calls, I always learn something new, and it's great just to see everybody's face. We all try to do as best as we can. I think this session was recorded, so in the chat we have everybody's email and contact information. So we hope we can continue the dialogue and go forward. And as we said earlier, we're here to help you, and we're very interested in making the connections for the companies in Korea. So now we conclude the scheduled program, but I think we will keep the Zoom line open for a little bit for anybody who wants to still participate. We'll stay on for a few more, 10 more minutes.
I'm going to do a virtual round of applause, by the way, for everyone who presented, because you did a great job, and I just want to make sure everyone knows that. That was not easy, so I want to just say thumbs up.
Great job, everyone, and thanks to everyone, and thank you, Greg, also for helping lead us.
Yeah, thank you, Greg, for participating as well. Thank you.
And by the way, you could save this text so you don't have to copy and write down all the email addresses. If you go to the 3 dots on the chat section, you click on that and you can save it to your files.
Now you tell us.
Very cool.
Okay. You learn something new every time with these.
Yeah.
Oh, it's great information. Thank you.
Yeah.
Hello.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Hi.
Hello. Hello. Can I make some more comment?
Yeah,
Yes,
absolutely.
please. My name is Young-taek Kim. I'm a new director of the KBDC, Washington, D.C., that Peter introduced earlier. And the KBDC, Washington, D.C., is belongs to the COSME, Korea SMEs and Startups Agency. We call 중소벤처기업진흥공단, 중진국 for short in Korea. I think the Korean companies may hear of it. And we are providing a lot of the government programs to for Korean companies who want to do business in U.S., specifically the Washington, D.C. for us. So we are providing the government, office spaces and the marketing assistance. So the among the companies who made the presentation today want to open the local offices in the U.S., specifically Virginia or Washington, D.C. or Maryland, contact me so I can help you. So I put the email address on chatting box, so feel free to contact me anytime. Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So Erica, are you in California right now?
Yeah, I'm in California, 6:30 in the morning over here.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Oh,
Yeah, I
man.
know.
Mhm.
Thank you for getting up.
That would help.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll throw out a general question also, again, and anyone can answer. Having worked with resellers and distributors for many of you, it seems like that's sort of the business model. What kind of questions are you getting from them, and have, especially maybe in the U.S. market, but in the other markets also, have you had to adjust your products, marketing, or adjust your product, maybe that's probably the best, to fit the local market?
So,
So-
you refer to
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
customization of products?
Yes, I'm talking about, like, have you had to customize your product to fit the local market?
Yes. So we have various partnerships, not only resellers and distributors, but we also have white labeling partners. So when it comes to white labeling, they're trying to brand our products as under their brand name. So yeah, we do go through various different meetings to figure out what kind of features and UI that we'll like. So mostly we don't have to do too much of customization, but we do offer different customization depending on our partners.
White labeling.
Yep.
Well, this is Jay from Palm Miners. Well, for us, because we look at all the network that's going through a company's network, right? We do get a lot of requests to customize, because every company has different kinds of network that's going, right? Some company has more attacks from the outside. Some companies like Samsung, they want to see more internal activities. What are my employees looking for? What are they sending outside? So every company has different needs. So we would have to fit their environment. So we do get a lot of requests to customize to their needs. So if that answers your questions. So that, our, mostly resellers, not distribution, because distribution are mostly, they take our stuff and just send it to the reseller. And resellers, they go into the customer, they deploy, they have to do technical support, right? So we do get a lot of customization requests through our resellers, right?
So Jay, so like a company like Samsung, does their customization change by whether they're in the Korean market versus the US market, or is it pretty consistent across?
For Samsung, it's pretty consistent because they use a similar groupware like Knox, KNOX, right? So every Samsung company has this groupware called Knox. Everything that goes through Knox, they want to see what's going on in that activity. So we had to customize the fit and make sure anything that goes through Knox, we're able to see through our machine, our solution, right? And some other companies as well, like Shin Bank has their own groupware, and they wanted us to make sure that anything goes through their groupware they wanted to see. Okay, so we do have a lot of requests to customize or modify, and it kind of upgrades our solution at the same time too, right?
Okay, yeah. Cindy,
yeah,
you're not moderating. You can just talk.
No, sorry, I forgot. I wanted to ask this because I cannot remember if any of the companies were targeting the U.S. federal government. Because cybersecurity obviously is a very sensitive issue these days. So I wonder, did any of the companies encountered where it has to be only working, you have to be partnered with an American company before winning any contract with the U.S. federal government? Can anyone comment on that? Like, does Korean companies encounter any type of the American? It's not the Buy American Act. Sorry, I cannot remember the special requirements.
So we just won a huge deal in Ministry of Defense, right?
Okay.
Ministry of Defense in Korea. Mm-hmm. So there's about 78 army bases around the whole country of Korea. Mm-hmm. And what they did was they deployed our solution into every single one of those bases in this whole country, right? So what they wanted to do was they wanted to make sure anything that comes into the network of their network, right? They have let's say 78 bases, and they have one command center, cyber command center, and they wanted to manage everything that's going on in that 78 base. Mm-hmm. So we deployed our main solution of peer management, and then we have our sensors, 176 sensors deployed in the whole country right now. Mm-hmm. But I don't know, because our solution is very powerful and sensitive, because you can see everything. If you send an email, let's say Mr. Andrew Yu sends an email to Jeff Green about some confidential information, and we think this is some suspicious. Let's say he sends him like 100 emails in one night. Our solution will go in there, open up every single packet, and see the original email. If there's an attachment email in there, we can actually open up those attachments and see exactly what kind of content is in there. Okay, so our Ministry Defense, Cyber Defense, they wanted to know, okay, what's coming from North Korea? Let's just say China sending something, or Europe, Russia. They want to see every single thing, right? Let's say you're searching on Google, you're translating something, but the company thinks you're doing something suspicious. We can actually see exactly what you're searching on Google. We can see everything. That's our differentiation between RSA, Darktrace. I mean, those solutions are very powerful, but they don't have the evidence when it comes to investigation. That's our strong point.
Okay. All right. Good. Yeah. I know you're saying you're working with the Korean Ministry of Defense.
Right.
And of course, you're a Korean company. I was just wondering, like, if any companies here work with the U.S. federal government, like, did they the sensitivity surrounding cyber?
Yeah, we haven't been able to go outside of Korea yet. Yes.
Okay. Okay.
But it's a great reference for us.
Right. So maybe targeting commercial companies in the U.S. is more it's a better route than the U.S.
Correct.
Yeah.
agency. Okay.
Jay, does your given our sort of relationship with South Korea on our military bases in South Korea, is that Ministry of Defense contract, does that give you an opportunity to interact with, say, our Department of Defense in Korea? So our U.S. Army bases and Air Force bases in Korea, does it allow that opportunity, or is really just separated because of the, we're two different countries?
No, the American bases are all included in those opportunities right now.
Okay.
Right. So it's not separated. It's not separated.
Okay. So that maybe there is a partnership opportunity there.
Of course.
Yeah.
But every country has different privacy laws, right?
Right.
So that would be something, it's another challenge for us, right? Because we are able to open up everything when it comes to the original data. We have the raw data. So that's a challenge, right? That is definitely a challenge. But they were very open about it. Samsung was very open about it. Samsung said, you know what? I want to see everything. Right. So
right.
It's a challenge that we have to go through, right? But I think we're able to do it because we were able to do it in Korea thus far, right? And Singapore, Japan has shown a lot of interest. We have done a lot of POC in Japan last year. We're doing a lot of discussion with Singapore right now. Now with you guys, we have US. Maybe we can get some opportunities out there too.
That'd be great.
Yeah. Well, one question from our side is through this program, are there a lot of companies from Korea or the startups go out there through your program and made it successful or been successful? Case studies out there like that? No?
That's a great question.
I'm just curious. Yeah.
No, we have quite a few Korean companies here in the area. Many are companies that are headquartered in Korea and have come here, and then others are Koreans who moved here and started their own businesses. Koreans tend to be very good in IT, and a lot of them run IT companies here. One company that's headquartered in Korea that's pretty well known, it's a golf simulator company called Golf Zone.
Golf Zone, yes. Yeah. Our client.
Oh, good to know. I will tell him I talked to you.
Okay.
They chose here for their North American headquarters. To use one example, Korean Air has nonstop flights to Washington Dulles Airport, and there's a reason for that. There's a lot of Koreans here. I believe the estimate, correct me if I'm wrong, guys, I was told by the people at Kotra that there are over 300,000 people of Korean descent in the Washington, D.C. area. That's a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just want to chip in, and we have right now about 5 companies in our incubator, and we have many success companies. For example, the VMS is providing the semiconductor supply chain manufacturing solutions. They've been very successful. Not everybody is successful. I mean, to be honest with you, there's a lot of time and effort, marketing. But we have a very Like a Daeun is a packaging company, providing packaging, the strips. And also we have another company called the Sohan. It's a hardware, exterior and interior, materials company. They're actively working with the U.S. partners right now. Yeah, so you know, it's 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 very tough, but if you have put your time and effort, and then our help with Andrew, Bob, this county development person, and also we are here, so we can make it all together. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Hope
Can I add a comment here? This is Alex Zhang from Korea Testing Laboratory. It's been 4 years since I'm working here as an U.S. office manager. Yeah, honestly, as if you want to work with the U.S. government, it takes really long time. And as Cindy said, it's better to get connect with the person with the private companies, and then in short, anyway, it takes longer time than expected. Any Korean companies expected. It cannot be done within 1 or 2 years. More than 5 years, in my feeling, is that it took really long time. So please take a step with any EDA or any companies who can help with you or support your export to US. So please think a longer plan and 5-year, 10-year plan. It is a very burden to Korean companies because all the companies wants the result within a year, but sincerely, it cannot be done like that. It's my honest feeling for this one.
I would just sort of double down on that a little bit. It's not even easy to do business with the federal government for U.S. companies.
I agree.
So
I
it's
totally agree.
It can be challenging. So I would agree with that. That I think Cindy's right. Like
I got a follow-up question on behalf of the Korean companies. So as far as I know, yeah, it takes a lot of time, and I think it's very hard to get into the government market. As far as I know, we need to find some companies, U.S. companies, that can act as a contract vehicle for a government contract. So is it really possible for foreign companies outside the U.S. To get to deal with some government contract or so? I mean, do we really need to find contract vehicle to handle this government contract, or do we can we really handle that on ourselves?
David, to just quickly, it's easier for you if you team with an American company. You can still do it directly with the government, but it's easier for you to get in, so to speak, if you team with an American company. Now, let me just quickly add, once you're an approved vendor for the government, it becomes easier to do business generally. But getting approved in the beginning is a harder process.
If you don't mind, can I say something? I think one of the best ways is to either find a company that does have a GSA contract, or actually a company that does deal with GSA contract holders to actually get into the market, because trying to get into federal market is really, really hard. So yeah.
I stopped the video. I'm gonna leave you.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I think that's all right. I think particularly.
This is just a discussion.
I think that's right. I think particularly on the cybersecurity aspect, I think it probably makes the challenge a little bit even harder, because with doing business with the federal government, because you're not selling them necessarily something that it might be more national security related, and that sort of raises the bar on doing business with the federal government. So I think everyone's pretty much hit it spot on. I mean, it's possible, but finding your partner, a U.S. partner, makes everything a little easier in terms of doing business with the federal government. But I think that's where doing business with like sort of commercial partners, because Washington is known as we've all talked about the government, but as Bob mentioned, we're data center alley, so that's one market, and that involves private companies like Amazon and Microsoft and Google, and then in the Arlington you have large companies like Nestle. U.S. headquarters is based in Arlington. I think VW has its headquarters, U.S. headquarters here. So there are a lot of corporate entities here that you can also do business with that aren't necessarily government contractors. And I just want people to be aware that, this area is, it is a federal town, but it's more than just a federal town.
I would just add to that there's a fantastic opportunity in working with those commercial customers, given their relationship with the federal government. I've seen several companies, particularly with defense contractors in the area, be able to provide their services and really allow that to be kind of a proof of concept to a government contractor, who then in turn could really help champion the uniqueness of a solution that to their federal customers. And so, just to add on what you said, Jeff, I think that's a great way to also gain entry or have an entree to the federal government as in a way, a shortcut to foregoing the 5 years plus of trying to do it on your own.
It was not a good answer for what they expected.
Again, I stand by the comment. Like, we get the same question about how to do business with the federal government from American companies. Right. It's a challenge. It's a big, and the answer isn't the same all the way through, right? I mean, it could be different for every department a little bit. So it's a challenging challenge to overcome. But there's a great comment here also, by the way. There, there's also more than just federal government here. If you're looking at government, there's state government, there's local governments. We're all local, other than I think Andrew. I think we're all local government technically. Versus and also and state. So in this area, effectively you have 3 states in the region, right? You got Maryland across the river, Virginia, where we are, and then if you want to call Washington D.C. a state, it has its own separate government as well. So there's a lot of opportunity if you're looking to do stuff that's not just federal government. If you're looking on the government side. I think we're all gonna probably do some outreach over the course of the next few days. But again, I just want to say thanks to everybody. We're kind of reaching the end of the day, or end of the evening. And I know it's late. I know it's late in Korea. So I just want to again say thank you to everyone for participating. I really enjoyed the conversation and learning about all the companies.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Andrew.
Yeah.
Hosting.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you,
Thank
everyone.
you for your time, everyone.
Thank
you.
Take care, everyone.
Thank you. Take care. Keep safe.
Good night.
safe
Yeah, you
out
too.
there.
Stay safe. Yep.
Bye now.
Stay healthy. Bye-bye.